All right, next we're going to talk about sleeping systems. So that includes a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag, and if you want, a sleeping bag liner. So for sleeping pads, you can have the little ones that can roll up, that are inflatable, like this one I have. You can also have a foam pad. So this is the kind that if you need to rent one, that we can rent from Outward Bound, which is awesome. They're not the most comfortable, but they're not the worst either. I also recommend, if you have a tiny pillow, this is one that I borrowed from an airplane. If you have a tiny pillow, it can be a really nice thing to have. Otherwise, that's what we can use our stuff sacks for. You can put some clothes in there, and then that can be a nice pillow at night. For sleeping bags, this is one of the loves of my life, my sleeping bag. Down or synthetic is fine. And you just want to make sure somewhere on the sleeping pad it'll say what it's rated to, which means how cold it can get and still keep you warm. So this was originally a 0-degree bag. By now it's, you know, it doesn't keep me cold or warm into 0 degrees, but it still works really well. I also recommend, if you are trying to figure out what kind of bag to bring, make sure you have one that has this little mummy head thing. This is called a mummy bag because that can make all the difference when it's super cold outside, and you can just close it in around your face. If you have a sleeping bag that gets like to 40 degrees but not all the way down to 32, for example, I have this one. This is also a synthetic bag. That's nice. Outward Bound does have what's called a sleeping bag liner that's made out of fleece that goes inside your sleeping bag, and then you get inside the liner. And that can add up to 10 degrees of warmth. So that would be another option. This bag does not have a hood on it like that other one, so it's not technically a mummy bag. So you can see that if I got in this, I'd be, you know, with my head out, or I would have to like get down in it somehow, which is not the most fun when you're trying to sleep. So those are sleeping systems.